Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you live from beautiful Victoria here on West Coast Canada. I hope everybody has had a super week and I hope that you're all off to a great start for your weekend. Welcome Asadova, hi Batal, Ogbagu, Kanupriya, good to see so many students joining in on the class. Carolina, welcome, our chat moderator, helping us keep it clean, keep it productive. Welcome to our members. Hi, Cass. Good to see so many of you. That is fantastic. Students, this class is an IELTS speaking part 3. We're focusing on that perfect band 9 caliber communication, talking about errands. What are errands? Errands are activities that you do regularly, like paying bills, going to the bank, cleaning your home. These are all considered errands, so regular activities that are necessary to maintain a good quality of life. And of course, productivity, right? We want to be productive in our day. Students, this lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, visit us there. Join our premium package. Do yourself a favor. For the general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we've got loads of materials to help you get ready for your next exam. This is our academic IELTS website here. Click that big red button above my head to join the premium package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. That means you can use it as long as you need to. We don't have these kinds of like bronze and silver and gold package. We just give it all to you for a good price, and we don't stop. We keep giving more and more materials to you until you succeed on your IELTS exam. For the general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. Click this big red button there to join our premium IELTS package. You won't regret it. We help thousands of students succeed on IELTS every single month. Welcome Amrit, Tatiana, Saeed. Good to see more of our members in the class. Good to see many of you back in the class. That's fantastic. Again, students, get our apps from your app store. Academic IELTS Help, links to aehelp.com. GIELTS Help, links to gieltshelp.com. So we integrate our apps with our websites. IELTS_AE Help for Instagram, and GIELTS Help. We've got a really funny new video on our Instagram where I am riding a roller coaster teaching you idioms. So check that out. Okay. Amrit, I do not teach students offline at home. I teach purely online. It's what I do. It's what I love. I used to, but I've since then changed and modernized. If you have questions, like Amrit just asked me, do I teach students at home? No, I do not. All online. Adrian at aehelp.com. Send me an email with your questions. I love questions, okay? Here we have our schedule actually from the 25th to the 31st of March. So right now we've got this speaking part 3, and tomorrow there's no YouTube live class, but we've got a special speaking class on the Discord server, IELTS Prep. I'm a guest speaker there tomorrow. Notice the time's a little bit different. It's 16:30 standard time. Everybody is welcome to join this, and the Discord event is this URL here. Okay, so take note of that for tomorrow's special class, everyone. Okay, then 27th to the 30th, there will be no class, and then I'm back on Thursday at this time with speaking part 1. So I'm going to post our new schedule a little bit later today, my time, on our YouTube posts and on Instagram. So you can follow it there, okay? But pay attention to these changes. Hi, Ken. All right. So, we just did speaking part 2 class, the cue card, and we just talked about a busy day, not a buddy day, a busy day, a busy day in life, in my life, my meaning you, my, me, my life. So a busy day in my life, and it was talking about a move, a busy day moving from one side to the other side of the city. Okay, so that's what we talked about, and speaking part 3 will continue from speaking part 2. So this is coming out of the same kind of speaking question set, and the IELTS speaking part 3 has some specific questions. The examiner will say, that is the end of part 2. I will take back the questions. Now we will continue with part 3. For this part, I will ask you questions related to your response and some questions on this topic. Let's talk about errands. Errands are what keep us busy. Now, if you don't know the word errands, what should you do? Should you panic and go, I don't know this word, I'm done with this exam, and then you run out of the room crying and screaming, and the examiner will go, okay. No, don't do that, okay? So don't lose your marbles and run out of the room screaming and crying if you don't understand the word that's being introduced, all right? Saeed says, try to guess. Yeah, think about part 2. So part 2, busy day. It's connected somehow. Keep calm, right? Jive on, keep calm, jive on, right? Keep calm. Wait for the first question. Okay, so that's all you can do, right? Okay, errands are, by the way, I will help you here this time, are regular activities like paying bills, getting gas for your car, cleaning the home. Okay, well, those are your errands, your regular kind of monthly activities that you do each month to keep yourself moving forward, keep living a good life. Those are your errands. You can kind of think about it like your responsibilities, your regular responsibilities. Okay. All right. So the examiner might ask you a question like, what are some common responsibilities that people manage every month in society? Okay. So common responsibilities, and that's where you kind of see the paraphrase of the word errands. Okay. So let's give an answer for this. Give me an answer, everybody. Just type it into the chat, and then very soon I will be taking some volunteers. I want to give you many, many chances to practice with me through the chat, as this is the last speaking class of this week. Okay? So give me some nice full sentence answers. I'm going to do the same. I will give you an answer, and then we will compare. Okay? So All right. So there's my answer. Just kind of visualizing what I do each month to keep life going, right? Notice the paraphrasing. So answer, explain, example. We've been practicing this during the week. We have lots of examples from previous classes, right? Answer, explain, example. So we're implementing this strategy now. So again, here is the question, and repeat after me, okay? This is speaking, so make sure to speak and repeat. It's very important, okay? A bit of repetition work can go a long way. It's not the only way you should study by any means, but it can be helpful, okay? All right, so here we go. What are common responsibilities that people manage every month in society? Some of the errands that are synonymous among people are paying bills, such as utilities and phone, as well as doing chores like taking out the trash, and perhaps some others like taking kids to school and picking up groceries. I just did my monthly grocery shopping yesterday at my local supermarket. Okay, good. Maria has an answer for us as well. This is what Maria says in the chat. And so Maria says some responsibilities that people manage every month would be paying bills, paying the rent. Yeah, or if not rent, or mortgage. Right? A lot of us pay mortgage. Cleaning the home. Doing groceries. Yeah. And so on. Maria, no and so ons, okay? Has no value. So, don't say and so on, okay? This has no value, okay? Instead of this, give an example. Okay, all right, Maria. So, give an example. So I just paid my rent yesterday. Okay, don't say and so on. All right, doesn't have any value. Harmeet Kaur says, that's a good one, Harmeet. Let's check that out. Okay, Harmeet Kaur says there are lots of usual tasks. It's a good paraphrase. There are lots of usual tasks individuals do to maintain their lives perfectly every month, like paying bills, not booking a gas cylinder, but ordering a gas cylinder and cleaning the house. Yeah, so for people who have natural gas, you get gas cylinders delivered and hooked up. Sure, ordering a gas cylinder and cleaning the house. Give an example. Okay. So I just ordered 2 new propane cylinders last week. Okay. Propane or gas, whatever you're using, natural gas. Okay. All right. So here is the follow-up question. This is coming in part 3. The examiner will throw another question at you. So why is it important to do these on time? Okay. I'm going to give an answer. You give an answer as well. Try to paraphrase, okay? And again, don't forget those examples, okay? All right. So this is my answer here. Why is it important to do these on time? It's necessary to be punctual. Okay, that's my paraphrase there. Important to do these on time. It's necessary to be punctual with errands because otherwise people may need to pay penalties or get into other types of problems. In the worst case, they could get evicted from their rental property. Evicted means you get kicked out of your home. Evicted from their rental property if they do not pay their rental fees, or lose their home if they do not pay their mortgage. Mortgage is the money you pay to the bank. It's kind of like your rental fee to the bank for your home, right? So those are the types of problems. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. Nobody's on this answer yet. Let's be fast. Let's be fast. Okay. All right. So one more time, repeat after me while we wait for an answer. Why is it important to do these on time? It's necessary to be punctual with errands because otherwise people may need to pay penalties or get into other types of problems. In the worst case, they could get evicted from their rental property if they do not pay their rental fees, or lose their home if they do not pay their mortgage. Evicted, notice that word there, mortgage. Notice that word there. Students, when you see new words or hear new words in these sessions, make sure to write them down, okay? All right, let's see. Cassandra here says, for the follow-up question, I believe that it is essential to be on the dot when it comes to these responsibilities. If people ignore them, people may get penalties and a written warning with the missed fees. Yes, at the least, right? A warning. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and we could potentially put an example in. My neighbor was evicted last month for paying his rental fee late every month. Okay, so you can include an example, right? Okay. Let's get into some. I'm just looking at your question, Tatiana. I saw Carolina reference it as well. So task was about what people have to do month after month, once a month on a regular basis. It's not once a month. It could be multiple times a month that you're doing it, but it's just something that you do on a regular basis, Tatiana. So yeah, so definitely, going to pay your bills is on a monthly basis, your errands, but also, maybe filling up the gas and doing a bigger cleaning of your home is something that you do on a monthly basis. So you can include those. Okay, and so students, here we go. Let's do some volunteering. Okay. So to volunteer to speak with me for some questions, go to aehelp.com. Go to your My Student account. If you don't have one, you'll have to create one. And then click on Student Partner Speaking. Make sure that your microphone, your speaker are enabled for your browser. If not, it won't work. Test it with somebody else, okay? And then send me a message. Say, I want to volunteer. And then I will ask you a part 3 question. You'll give me an answer. We'll talk about it. Make some improvements, hopefully. And then we'll move on. So don't stress, just do it, okay? Chanpreet, I see you over there in General IELTS. Get in there, okay? All right. Okay, so here we go. Website. This is the General IELTS. You could do it here, or you could go to aehelp.com and do it here, okay? Let me see if I can... There, maybe a little bit brighter. Okay, so click on this red button, the Join Now button, or the green button, the Try the Demo. That one's free. And then go to your My Student account. Bada bang, bada bang, bada boom. My student account. And then when you're in your My Student account, you have this student partner speaking. If you're not on mobile, it'll look like this. So student partner speaking, click on that. Accept the terms, and you will be in a new window where we have Bao Bui Din. Nice to see you. Jabokir. We have Sun. We have Saeed, Assad, Nadid, Mohammed, Yasmin, Chanpreet. Maria, you're in there. Awesome. Make sure to volunteer, Maria. You're a new member. I'd love to hear your voice. Tahira, Hesti, Amrit, Tatiana, already volunteering. Nice. Cassandra, Amira. Don't call me. I will call you, Mohammed. Okay, let me reach out to Amira here, see if we can get a hold of Amira. Start from the bottom today. Amira says, hey. Hi. Are you ready? So let's see if we can get a hold of Amira to be our first volunteer. I'm going to straighten myself up here, watch my posture. Okay, Amira.
Hello.
Hi, Amira.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Awesome. And where are you, Amira?
I'm from Palestine.
Palestine. Nice. We talked before, right?
Yeah, I talked once before.
Yeah, I guessed that because I think you were my only caller so far to call me from Palestine. You're very clear today. You have a very clear voice. So it's good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's a bit like I'm not that nervous like the last time.
Okay. All right, Amira. Well, let me ask you a part 3 question and then give me a nice full sentence answer and I'll reflect on your response, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. We'll just start off nice and easy. So I'm going to start from the very top with the same question that we just covered in writing. So here we go. Let's talk about errands. What are some common responsibilities that people manage every month in society?
Uh, I think um, I think in my country, Palestine, people they have common responsibility like paying rent and as well the paying the bills. And yeah, like yesterday, I was just finished paying my rent. Just called the bank to do it for me because I didn't have enough time to do it.
Okay, just a sec. That was great. Okay, that was like a band 7.5 to 8 response, maybe closer to 7.5. But definitely good. You did a couple of really nice steps there. So first of all, let me emphasize what you did really well. Okay, so you said, I think in my country, Palestine, and I like how you mentioned Palestine, that you didn't just say my country, but you were specific. You
Yeah,
said
I'm
in
using the
Palestine.
strategy.
Yeah, that's great. It makes it clear for the listener, especially when in this class where people are from around the world and they're like, oh, really? What do you do there? So that was good. That was nice and specific. And then you reflected the question. You said people have common responsibility. Okay. Yeah, here I would have used the plural, but it was okay. Common responsibilities. Like paying rent and paying bills. And then here you kind of I felt like you got stuck a little bit.
Yeah, I
But
wanted to explain it more, but I lost ideas, so I just gave the example.
And that was great. So that's exactly what you want to do on the IELTS exam to keep your mark high. So that was very smart of you to not panic, not repeat the same idea. This is where a lot of students kind of just freak out. They freeze. they start to say some strange off-topic ideas, or they start to repeat what they already said, but you realized, okay, the explanation is not really coming to my mind, so I'm just going to jump right into an example. And then you said, like, just yesterday I finished paying my rent. I called the bank to do it for me because I didn't have enough time to do that. And you know what? I thought that was lovely. It was great. It's what we would call a save. You saved yourself from getting into a lower band score, and that was really good. Okay. All right, so let's see how we can improve this a little bit. I think in my country, Palestine, people have common responsibilities like paying rent and paying bills. People do this to ensure that they have a place to live and don't get into problems with financial institutions or landlords. Okay, so that could be an explanation that you might give there, right? Or you could use that new word that we said, they may do this to make sure they don't get evicted. Evicted. Do you know this word, evicted?
It's a new word for me.
Yeah, evicted is when you get kicked out of your home. There's a very specific verb for that, evicted. Okay, so let me repeat this and then copy after me, okay? So what are common responsibilities that people manage every month in society? I think in my country, Palestine, people have some common responsibilities like paying rent and paying bills. People do this to ensure that they have a place to live and don't get into problems with financial institutions or landlords. Just yesterday, I finished paying rent. I called the bank to do it for me because I didn't have enough time to do that. Okay, go ahead.
I think in my country, Palestine, people have common responsibilities like paying rent and paying bills. People do this to ensure that they have a place to live and don't get into problems with the financial institutions or landlords. Like just yesterday, I paid my rent. I called to the bank to do it for me because I didn't have enough time to do it.
Great. Yeah, natural, smooth. Now you're up in that band 8 to 9 category. Okay, Amira, that's lovely. It's a great start, and keep it up. Okay, so you're following strategy, and it's good to hear that.
Yeah, I'm trying to apply all the strategy.
Yeah, there's a lot, right? It's a lot to keep in mind.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do my best. I hope I can do it.
Well, it seems like you're on the right track, so keep going. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Amira, hopefully I will see you back here again in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Amira from Palestine, and she did a great job. That was really good strategy. So one thing, again, just reflecting on Amira here a little bit more and emphasizing it to all of our viewers, that was very clever of Amira, where she got stuck for that brief bit of a second, and then like a light bulb in her head, it was like, okay, just give an example. And she gave an example, and that saved her. That was awesome. That's how you do it. Okay. Okay, Maria Castina, one of our new members. Let's give her a shot. Okay, Maria, are you ready? And look at all those thumbs up in the chat for Amira. That's fantastic. Some claps and thumbs up. Really cool. Okay, Maria. Maria is ready. Here we go. Hello, Maria. I hear that you picked up, but I don't hear your voice. I'm wondering if you have your microphone enabled or if your device is not cooperating with our software. It could be one of those two, Maria. Maria, if you can hear me, the best is to try this with another person, see what's going on with the setup, okay? See what you need to change in your settings to make this work, and then come back and I'll look for you, okay? You have a very unique name, so I'm sure that I will see you. Okay, Maria? So try your system, try your setup with somebody else, figure out the settings, and then come back. Okay, let's go to another person. Here's Mohammed. All right, Mohammed says, hello, sorry I called by accident. I'm ready. I would appreciate if you hop on a call with me. Not if you hop me on. I don't want to jump on you, but I would appreciate if you hop on a call with me. Okay, Mohammed, are you ready? And again, students, when you're volunteering, my first tip, if you haven't never used this system before, is to try it with another person first and test it out. So just send somebody a message, be like, hey, you want to test out the system, make sure it works on my device or in my area. Of course, some places in the world have restrictions for messaging apps and such, so that's another issue that can happen. Then you need to use a VPN. Okay, here we go. Hello, Mohammed. Same kind of situation. I wonder if maybe Apple or iPhones or something are issues. I'm not sure. But Mohammed, it's the same as with Maria. I don't really hear. And it could be, I don't know, maybe Apple. We tried to test with as many devices and platforms as possible. But there's no guarantees. It's so many moving parts. Okay. All right. So Mohammed, I don't hear you. Again, same advice as for Maria. Test out the system. Make sure that if you are using this through your phone, then you have to enable the microphone and everything. And I know people do figure it out eventually. Okay, Mohammed, keep trying. I'll check back with you. Okay. Let's reach out to Saeed. Saeed, are you ready? I'm sure it works with Saeed, because Saeed volunteers quite regularly, which is fantastic. It's a great way to improve. Okay, Saeed says yes.
Hey, sir. How are you doing?
Hi, Saeed. I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing great as well.
Okay, good. Saeed, may I ask, what kind of a device are you using for speaking with me? Like, are you on a
iPhone
laptop?
11? Yeah, I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone. Okay. May I
Yeah.
ask, is it an iPhone or is it an Android?
Yeah, it's an iPhone.
It is an iPhone, so it should work on.
Yeah.
It should work on the iPhone. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of moving parts again, but it should work. Okay. All right, Said. Well, let's jump into a part 3 question. Okay. Here we go. So talking about errands, new question coming up. Here we go. How has technology helped people to complete their social tasks such as banking?
Well, evolution in technology has dramatically changed how people do errands these days. Like 50 years ago, people needed to do everything by themselves. Take paying the rent, for example. They tended to go to the bank, wait in a line, then pay by cash. But now, everything can be done through the internet. And not only it extremely speeded up the process, but also it made it a lot easier and time efficient. Just yesterday, I paid my apartment rent using my credit cards through an app called Kiwi.
Okay, that was so fast and fluent, I had no chance to keep up with you, but that's a good sign. Okay, that would be like a band 8.5, I would say, for sure. If I want to be really picky, like some examiners might even give you a 9 for that. Your pronunciation is very clear. Your fluency is a band 9. The only aspect of your response that I would be, if I'm hypercritical and I don't want to give you that band 9 score, is with some of your word choice. So in your case, Saeed, again, you can even slow down a little bit, like 10% slower, and just really focus on your word choice. I think you have all the vocabulary necessary for a band 9, but you need to make sure that you use it. So in the beginning, it was there. You said, well, evolution in technology has dramatically changed how people do errands. This is a tricky one. We actually say run errands. You run errands.
Run errands.
Yeah. Which just visualize, right? Like people are running errands. So, well, evolution in technology has dramatically changed how people run errands these days. And then I think you said something like 20 years ago. And then you said people had to do everything by themselves. This is the type of language that you want to avoid or you want to improve on. Yeah. So instead of saying to do everything by themselves, say, something that's more descriptive. So to do all of their tasks. And here it's not by themselves, because I still run my errands by myself. I just, instead of running to the bank, I actually go online and do it all with online banking, right? So 20 years ago, people had to do all of their tasks in person. As where now people do it online using the internet. Right? So just a little bit slower so that you can pay a little bit more attention to the choice of words and the detail, and then you're going to that expert communication where you have 100% clarity in your response, okay? And then you gave a really nice example. I think you said, such as yesterday, I paid my rent using an app called Kiwi. Okay, and then remember the part 2 question? It was about a busy day in your life, right? So always try to keep the concept of part 2 kind of floating in your head as you get into part 3. So here you can say, using an app called Kiwi, and it only took me a minute, as where there's some nice complex grammar coming up here, as where this would have taken my dad at least half an hour at his local bank branch. Okay. So that's where, we're really getting into that band 9 kind of complexity and precision. So let me repeat this answer and then copy after me. Let me put it above my head here.
All right.
Okay. So, and you did recognize that it's present perfect. You reflected the present perfect once. Try to reflect the present perfect twice when you're doing this. Okay. So how has technology helped people to complete their social tasks such as banking? Well, evolution in technology has dramatically changed how people run errands these days. 20 years ago, people had to do all of their tasks in person, as where now people do it online using the internet. Such as yesterday, I paid rent using an app called Kiwi, and it only took me a minute, as where this would have taken my dad at least half an hour at his local bank branch. All right. How has technology helped people to complete their social tasks, such as banking?
Well, evolution in technology has dramatically changed how people run errands these days. Like 20 years ago, people had to do all of their tasks in person, as where now people do it online using the internet. Such as yesterday, I paid my rent using an app called Kiwi, and it only took a minute, as where this would have taken my dad at least half an hour at his local bank branch.
Yeah, very good. And I put bank branch for clarity, but you could actually even take out the word bank at his local branch. A native speaker would understand that you are referring to a bank in this case. Okay, so that's what you want to pay attention to. And I noticed that when you were repeating just now, you focused on slowing down that 10% and really choosing and focusing on the words, right? That's what you want to do. Okay, Saeed, keep that up. Keep practicing, because it's worth it, right? Like, I mean, sure, if you get a band 8 or 8.5 on the IELTS, that's amazing. But at the end of the day, good communication is the key to success in all aspects of life. So we always want to improve our communication as we evolve in society, right?
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Okay, Saeed, thank you for that. Have an awesome rest of your weekend. And then I'm sure we'll see you next week, right?
Thank you too, sir.
All right.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
Saeed. Okay, so that was Saeed showing a nice high band score, and always room for improvement, students. I mean, we can all keep on getting better and better with communication, and the better we communicate, the more success we have in love, in work, in relationships. So keep it up. Okay. All right, Javokir. We haven't heard Javokir's voice in quite some time, I think. So let's give Javokir a chance. Are you ready, Javokir? Let's see if Javokir is here. I'm just kind of plucking away at the volunteers here. All right, I'm going to try to speed up so we can really get through some questions here while staying efficient. Javokir, if you are there. All right. Let me know. All right, not getting anything from Javokir, so let's try Tahira. Tahira, are you there? I think Tahira will be a new voice. I don't think we've heard Tahira in the past, which is great. We want to hear new people. So get in there. Just make sure to test your system. Okay, test your system before volunteering. So Tahira, I know there's a bit of a lag. That's why you sometimes hear me kind of drag out this part here, because it can take a second for, actually I think to be exact it's about 6 seconds for a person to see whether or not I'm reaching out to them. Tahira maybe has gone for a cup of water or something. Okay, Tahira, I do not see you there. Duyan, are you ready? And Duyan's asking, you did not change the question part 3, right? I didn't. They're the same questions, Duyan. All right, Duyan, if you're there, give me a shout back. Say yes. There we go. Shout back. Yes. Hi, Duyan.
Yes,
How are you?
good.
Awesome. And Duyan, you are calling from Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Which city in Vietnam?
What? I can hear from me.
Which city are you in?
I'm studying at Da Nang, in Da Nang city.
In Da Nang. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me ask you a part 3 question. We can jump to productivity. Sure. It sounds like you're ready for these questions. So let me ask you this question. Give me a nice full sentence answer. So let's talk about productivity.
Yes.
Why is it important for people to be productive during the work week?
Well, I think it's vital for people to be productive during the weekend.
What happens when individuals stop being productive? Did we lose Duyan? Duyan, are you still there? I cannot hear you. I lost you in mid-sentence. Not sure what happened there. Let me just check. Maybe a disconnect? Possible. Yeah, I think so. I think Duyan got disconnected in the mid-sentence. No? Duyan, are you still there? I can kind of hear some movement. Okay, Duyan, we'll try again later. I'm not sure what's going on your end. I hope you're okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there with Duyan, but we lost her. It sounded like she kind of started okay there. All right, let's see. I think Yeah, Javakir was busy, but it seems like Javakir's back. Okay, are you ready, Javakir? Let me ask again. All right, stay focused, students. You never know when my call is coming. Yeah, let's see. Javakir, like that disconnect was surprising. It's very rare that that happens where we lose someone mid-sentence. Okay. If you're back at your station and not busy with something else again, Javakir. Yes, okay.
Hello.
Hi, Javakir.
Oh, how are you, sir?
I am doing great. Are you ready for a part 3 question?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Let's talk about productivity. Why is it important for people to be productive during the work week?
Oh, well, so I think it's important for individuals to be productive during the work days, because to enhance their that kind of I don't have ideas. Well,
Okay, let me give you some help, Javakir, so that does not happen in your real exam, okay? Because you definitely don't want that to happen in your real exam. The last thing you want is to tell the examiner that I don't have any ideas, because it means you understand the question, but you're just not thinking of what to say, and that's a terrible feeling. It's like it's a bad feeling for the examiner too. The examiner's like, oh, I want to help you, but I can't help you. Okay, how do you get past a mental block, right, like that, right? That's a good question. And you stopped with enhance there, which I thought was great. I thought you were on the right track there with enhance there. If I'm productive, what do I enhance? What is better if I'm productive? Javakir? You still there? Did I lose you mid-sentence? Just like Duyan? Not sure why that would happen. Let me try to call back Javakir. Let's see if it works. Maybe I should have done that with Duyan. Duyan, if you're listening, sorry. I should have tried to probably call you back at least once. Let me see if I can call back Javakir.
there was some kind of connection problems.
Hi, Javakir. Yeah, that's what I thought, and I feel bad now for not calling back Duyan. I should have checked back with Duyan as well. Okay, Javakir, so you kind of got stuck there for ideas, right? Okay.
Yes.
There are definitely ways that you can get past that. First of all, if you're really, really stuck, okay, you can, even mid-sentence, you can cut in like this. Well, just give me a second to think of what people can enhance. So in worst case scenario,
the way of easier getting promotion, they work or something like this.
Yeah, so let's not get there first. Let's try to tackle this difficulty of not having a good idea for the answer, right? So if you get stuck for ideas, immediately just ask for some time. You can interject. You can stop yourself and say, oh, I need a moment to think of some good ideas. So you can say, well, I think it's important for individuals to be productive during their working days to enhance their, oh boy, I need a minute to think of some ideas. Well, I guess when people are productive, it means they're going to work, they're making more money, so they can enhance their financial situation, and thereby they can enhance their quality of life. Yeah, my friend, actually, he works like 50 hours a week and he makes quite a bit of money, so he just bought a new house. Notice how I just kind of worked through the visualization in my head while dragging out the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that. I mean, ideally, you're not doing this for every question, but if you're really stuck, don't tell the examiner, I don't have any ideas, please go to the next question. Just give yourself a moment, give yourself your brain a second to digest the information and to think of some ideas, okay? So let's try this again. Why is it important for people to be productive? Oh, before I do this, work week. What is the work week? Keep it simple.
Work week. What? It's the work days, like.
What are the work days? Usually for people. When do you go to work or when do you go to school? Usually.
6 days in a week.
Wow, you're more than me.
From
I do 5, Monday to Friday. But for some people, it's Monday to Saturday, right? Yeah. So, but you can say that. So you can quantify it, right? So, well, I think it's important for individuals to be productive Monday to Friday. Okay. So you can define the parts of the question. Okay. Now let's try it again. Why is it important for people to be productive during the work week?
Well, I think it's important for individuals to be productive during from Monday to Friday to enhance their profit. Because if the people can work productively during the week, they can make their life much easier than it was before. For example, I know that my father worked during weeks without any rest, and only 2 days he has a rest. So and I know that he earns a lot of money during the work days because of his productivity.
Very good. Yeah. See, so you can do it. It's there. It's in your head. You just have to give your brain a chance to come up with it. Now, keep these big thoughts in mind, right? So people go to work, they make money, or they go to school and they gain knowledge, right? So the other reason why we're often productive during the work week is to gain more knowledge, to gain more information so that we can create and build and develop. Okay, so Jabakir, the trick again, when you feel like you're stuck, don't panic. You can also do what Amira did, right? Is don't think about the big picture, like making more money, but think about a specific example. Like my father is productive. He works 40 hours a week and he earns a lot of money so that we have a nice big house and we go on at least 1 or 2 vacations each year, right? So the example can also help you to keep fluent with the concept. And that's what Amira did really well at the beginning, is she got stuck kind of like you, and then she jumped right into that example. Do you remember that?
No, I think I was busy at the time.
Okay, that's when you were busy. That's what I see. All right, Javakir, nonetheless, that was great. And I think you did a much better job the second time. So keep it up, keep practicing. And yeah, it's very important not to get stuck, okay?
Okay. Could you assess fluency grammar?
Yeah, so I mean, if you get stuck, your fluency score is going to be low. So your first try, your fluency score would have been a 5 because simply you got stuck and you didn't fluently answer. You started okay, but for that particular question, it'd be 4 or 5, right? If I take your second example, then your fluency would be much closer to 6.5 for sure. Okay. Grammar, about a 6. Lexical resource, grammar, I would say actually a little between 5 and 6. Lexical resource would be about 6 to 7. And then pronunciation would be around a 7. Okay. Because I can understand you quite clearly. All right. Overall, your first answer would be like 4 to 5, and then your second answer would be a 6 around a 6. Okay. All right. Okay, Jabakir, keep up the good studies. Keep practicing. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye for now. All right, that was Jabakir. Let's take another volunteer here for the next question. Okay, I'm going to give Duyan another chance, ladies and gents, because I don't think I was fair with her. She had a Wi-Fi connection issue, and you know, it's tough, right? And we've got lots of different internet connections around the world. So are you ready? So Duyan, if you're still there, I'm going to make up for my hasty decision to just kind of disconnect and go to somebody else. I mean, we did have a connection. I just didn't quite let you finish, so I want to be a just and fair person. with this. So I want to give you a second chance. It'll be a different question though this time, so be ready for that. Okay. Okay, Duan, let's do this. Hi, Duan. So I can hear that Duan picked up again. This could also be the reason why some people aren't able to connect. If you are using a Wi-Fi connection that's a little bit iffy, that definitely could be a problem. If your Wi-Fi is not fully stable, then that could be an issue. Okay, Duan, worry not. I will look for you again in the future, okay? As I have in the past. Okay. Let's take somebody else. Lucille. What a lovely name. Lucille, are you ready? Let's end on a strong note here. Let's see if we can catch Lucille. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. It's Lucille. Lucille says, hi. Yes. Okay. All right.
Hello?
Hi, Lucille.
Hello?
Hi, Lucille. I can hear you. Can you-
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous.
That's okay. Lucille, you have a lovely name. Am I pronouncing it correctly? It's Lucille?
Yeah, definitely correct.
Okay. Where are you, Lucille?
Well, I'm from Taiwan.
From Taiwan. Okay. It is late, I think, in your country right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's around even 11 o'clock in the night.
11 o'clock in the night, and you are studying, so you're definitely keeping busy. Okay, Lucille, I will ask you an IELTS speaking part 3 question. Just give me a nice full sentence answer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What happens when individuals stop being productive?
Well, off the top of my mind, I would say that they will drag in the dead-end job and tolerance, the torture, low paying, and maybe they will get fired in economic emission. So that's a bad situation for everyone. And the worst of it is it might become a kind of vicious cycle, because if you didn't have insufficient pay to sustain your lifestyle, then you will borrow the money from bank or from your friends, family, then you have to pay it, repay it. So it will gonna to be, you will lend more money, then you have
What can be
definitely
done
no
to
ability
improve?
to.
Okay, so this is where Lucille, the examiner for sure will interrupt you at some point. So you're talking and talking, and your answer is getting better and better, you're giving some good ideas, but at some point the examiner will interrupt you. So you have to stop before you get interrupted, okay? So you want to answer, explain, maybe an example, and then stop, wait for the next question. Otherwise, it makes for a really awkward conversation if the examiner keeps interrupting you with your answers, okay? So you have to kind of find that end point, okay?
Okay.
All right. You would get a band 5 for that response. And the reason being is that you have some good vocabulary. Your grammar definitely needs some improvements. Your grammar is very jumpy. You're using your verb tense incorrectly here and there. You're making other grammatical mistakes with word form as well. So you want to just really pay attention to cleaning up your grammar so that you can improve your coherence. At the beginning, I had quite a bit of trouble understanding clearly what you're saying, and then I started to get more clarity as you progressed. Okay, so so I asked you what happens when individuals stop being productive. One way that you can clear up your coherence, so sound more coherent and grammatically more accurate right away, is use the question. Okay, so when individuals stop being productive, When we're not productive, what are we? There's one word in English, and I'm sure you know it. What are we when we're not productive, when we're not using our time, we're just watching TV, laying on the couch? It's a simple word. It's an easy word. What is it? We are what?
We're waste our time on lunch and
even simpler.
around.
Even simpler.
Simpler.
So one word starts with an L. When we are starts with an L. 4 letters.
Lazy.
That's right. Yeah. So sometimes you just want to simplify what the examiner is asking you, right? So when people are lazy, they get into all types of trouble. They can lose their job, run into financial problems, and become dependent on others for help. This is not only bad for the individual, but also for society, as it creates an economic burden. Okay. Now, later on, you said it might turn into a vicious cycle. That's kind of where I was like, okay, we're getting into too much theory here. But I like the vocabulary. So vicious cycle means a bad cycle of events. And then you switched to if you don't have. Careful not to do that. So don't switch into if you don't have, because now you're talking about me. And it's like, if I don't have, I'm like, I'm a pretty productive person, Lucille. Why are you talking about me, right? So, so don't use the you word, especially when it's a negative context like this, because it's quite awkward, right? Like the examiner's like, are you calling me unproductive? I know you're not. I know you're just doing that to get my attention, but it's awkward, right? So you want to avoid it, okay? So, so here you just maybe give an example or finish. Okay, so let me ask the question again. Repeat this answer, copy me, okay? So what happens when individuals stop being productive? When people are lazy, they get into all types of trouble. They can lose their job, run into financial problems, and become dependent on others for help. This is not only bad for the individual, but also for society, as it creates an economic burden. Okay, so what happens when individuals stop being productive?
Well, when we are lazy, they get into all types of trouble. They can lose their job, run into financial problem, and become dependent on others for help. This is not only bad for the individual, but also for society, as it creates an economic burden.
Okay, good. Yeah. So again, grammar, okay, simplify, collect your thoughts, and lots of practice. Do lots of practice of, repeating native speakers, especially for professional communication. So don't just repeat native speakers like in a sitcom movie, like watching Friends, but watch something like TED Talks, where you have one speaker giving a monologue, and then copy their speech. Like literally just observe them speaking for 20 seconds, stop the video, and then repeat. And choose a topic that interests you. Like if you are interested in thermodynamics or computer programming, look for a TED Talks on thermodynamics or computer programming, and then try to repeat what the speaker is saying. Make sure that it's a native speaker. There's a lot of different guests from different nationalities on TED Talks, so make sure it's somebody with very good English. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Otherwise, that was great. Thank you for trying. I hope you're a little bit less. Are you a little bit less nervous now that you tried?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, Lucia. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I hope you get some good rest in Taiwan.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, Lucille.
Bye.
Okay, that was Lucille from Taiwan. And I think we'll stop on that note. We've run out of time. But hey, students, if you like this and you want to see a full speaking interview with a volunteer tomorrow, you can do that. I'm hosting a special class on Discord. Discord is an awesome little piece of software we've actually started using. But this Discord, I'm going to be a guest on IELTS Prep server Go to this event here. This is the URL for the event at around this, actually a little bit later. So it's going to be quite late, especially if you're in Taiwan. But the time is 16:30 Universal Standard Time. And it'll be a 1.5 hour session. So check out that event on Discord tomorrow. And then our next live class on YouTube will be on the 31st at the same time this class started, okay? Until then, check us out at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gltshelp.com for general IELTS. It's what you were just using for volunteering. Join our premium package. So get all of our practice exams, get all of our videos, get all of our interactive slides, connect it to your app on your phone. It's a 4.5 star app, so people like it. And then I'll see you back here next week. Carolina, thank you for moderating. Cass, Saeed, Tatiana, Amrit. Thank you for your membership and your support. Thank you, viewers, for being brave and courageous for volunteering. And I look forward to seeing you in class again soon. Much love to all of you, wherever you are in our wonderful world. I'm Adrian, signing out from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada for now. Bye, everyone.